How does flint and steel work? Have you ever wondered how people managed to start fires before matches were invented? One of the oldest methods is using flint and steel, a technique that dates back centuries. Let's break down how this fascinating method works. Flint and steel is a traditional fire starting method. The process is quite simple. You take a piece of steel and strike it against a hard rock called flint. This action creates sparks. The goal is to direct these sparks onto tinder, which is a highly flammable material, to ignite a fire. When you strike the steel against the flint is much harder. This hardness allows the flint to shave off tiny pieces of iron from the steel. As these tiny iron fragments fly off, they get heated by the force of the strike. When they come into contact with oxygen in the air, they undergo a reaction known as oxidation, which produces heat. If the sparks land on suitable tinder, like dry grass or fine wood shavings, they can ignite it. Not all steel is suitable for this method. The steel must have a high carbon content. This characteristic is what makes it more likely to produce hot sparks when struck. For example, stainless steel usually does not work well because it lacks enough carbon. To use flint and steel effectively, you need to gather a few materials. You will need a piece of flint, a high-carbon steel striker, and dry, finely shredded tinder. Hold the flint close to your tinder bundle at an angle so that sparks will land directly on it. Strike the steel against the flint with a quick downward motion, aiming to direct the sparks onto the tinder. Once a spark catches and begins to glow in the tinder, gently blow on it to encourage the flame to grow. Gradually add small kindling and then larger fuel as the fire builds. In survival situations, this method is reliable. It can work even in wet conditions if you keep your tinder dry. However, practice is essential, and using materials like charred cloth or punk wood can help catch even small sparks. Historically, flint and steel was a common fire-starting technique before matches became widely available. While it may not be as quick as modern lighters, it remains a useful skill for outdoor enthusiasts and survivalists. Understanding how flint and steel work helps you use this method more effectively. With practice, this age-old technique can be a dependable way to start a fire when modern tools are not available.